Alright, what's going on, everybody? I am Agent Hunter. We're over here at the Pipe Dream, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of grinding in the ladder with Golgari Midrange. This is just a best of one list that I've kind of constructed based around some of the best mainboard strategies in the deck, using Druid of Cowls. As soon as Arena pops up, I'll kind of show you what's going on. But today I think we're just going to spend a little while grinding with just this deck, see if we can get into the next tier of Diamond, or sorry, Platinum. I wish we were in Diamond already. And hopefully we can achieve that. But real quick, I'll kind of show you the deck that I'll be playing verbatim. Golgari Midrange best of one. So this variation of the deck is pretty simple. I've taken out Seeker Squires in favor of Druid of the Cowl to kind of just go into that Planeswalker / Carnage Tyrant game plan as early as possible. And the rest of it's pretty standardized, some promo Lenwar Elves. 2 Assassin's Trophy just to deal with some weird decks that I've been seeing in the ladder, like that land destruction deck, that like bombardment deck. A Karn, 2 Vivians, a Vraska, so just 4 Walkers, 3 Carnage Tyrants, 23 lands. And that's kind of how we're going to run the deck today. So let's just load it up into a ladder and start playing this deck. This is going to be my first time actually playing the deck, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's see what we got here. I go first. This is my hand. It's a little bit weak. It's mono 2 drops, but if we're playing against a hyper-aggressive deck, it's going to be quite good. So we'll try it. For anyone following me from my other channel, Pipe Dream Hookah, I am smoking on the map pair as usual with an 80 feet Resurrection Bowl and some orange keef with 3 titanium flats on the top. Hookah Uni, Lanyard, Mr. Jeremy Bird if you ever catch this. So we'll play out a Merfolk Branchwalker. Put this Wild Growth Walker out of range for any type of Deafening Clarion. And we'll just get in for 2. Because this could still be blue-white-red mid-range. We'll see. Or blue-white-red control. So that's a History of Benalia, which is something. We're going to be attacking into it, I think. Let's start with Merfolk Branchwalker again. Cool, cool. And we'll just play out yet another Merfolk Branchwalker. We've got 3 lands, so I don't know that we want to keep this Assassin's Trophy on top. We might be looking for more gas to just press the advantage. The History of Benalia is quite good, but they're not going to be able to push a lot of damage with it at this point in the game. So we'll grave it. Go up to 29, and we'll get in there with both creatures. Because if he wants to block this Branchwalker, we're fine with it. Come on, dude. There we go. Get in there for good old 9 damage. Not bad. At this point, drawing walkers would be ideal. So you would like to build a giant Knight of Autumn. Looks like we're going to be drawing lands, though. Do we want to get in with Wild Growth Walker regardless? Or do we want to back up and play a little more defensively because of this going off next turn? I'm not really sure what the correct answer is. If I want to get in here, he could block here and here to get rid of the Wild Growth Walker. He would lose his Knight of Autumn. But then he would have these 2 bad boys right here that I could then block, which would be fine. So maybe if I attack with this and this, he'll be forced to try to kill the Wild Growth Walker. That might not be bad, so we'll give that a shot. This is the deck I have probably the least experience with in the format, so we're kind of run and gun learning it as we go. Yeah, that's kind of what we thought they would be doing. So they're playing hyper defensively. So we're going to leave them with 1 knight. We're going to kill that. Yes. Here we will get a block in. We're kind of just counting on top decking some like Carnage Tyrants or something at this point, because they have an insane card advantage. And we are... what type of deck is this? We're definitely going to need to find some type of Walker or something impactful. Now, they're not making land drops, which is something. But we're just going to keep being aggressive. We're at 29 life, so we're going to force them to block. Keep their board as clear as possible. And hopefully, because we are going to be on 7 mana, we'll draw gas. We're going to find out. Jadelight Rangers to start. We are going to grave that. Play that out. At this point, we won't block. We're going against, what, the triple history hand? Oh, boy. Well, there's a fine finality. What do we got here? Wild Growth Walker, Merfolk Branch Walker. We could do that. We could board clear, but doing it at this point doesn't make much sense. We're going to try to dig for more juice. We'll get back 1 Wild Growth Walker and 1 of our Merfolk Branch Walkers and just cast them both out. We're going to take a hard pass on the Druid of the Cowl. We will just pass at this point. Plan to play a bit defensively. Kill off 2 of these knights when they attack. Go boop, boop. And take 4. Now, if I can start to draw some type of gas before they can make a lot of mana, we'll be alright. Maybe he just needs to gain life at this one. No, he's going to keep being aggressive. Now, if we keep drawing land, it's not going to cut it. So we shall see. Here, we're looking at 14 damage. It may make sense to just block here. Only take 8. We'll do it that way. So there's a Carnage Tyrant. They're not going to be able to attack quite as aggressively at this point, but I have to be careful because I can't just swing into it, because even though I'll be able to kill all their creatures, Carnage Tyrant's kind of how we're trying to gain some type of advantage. Backing it up with like a second Carnage Tyrant would be awesome. Drawing a Find here would be insane. We would cast it for the finality side. Unfortunately, it looks like we're just looking at another land. Yeah, we are a little flooded. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can block and kill the Carnage Tyrant. We'll hold out for something like a Find. It looks like we may just lose game 1. In the best of 1, so we'll go to the next game. I think our genuine best draw here is Find Finality. That makes it a little more clunky. But certainly not awful. So they're going to get in with Knight of Autumn. We're not going to block the Knight of Autumn. That's a cast down, so that's not the most awful thing I've seen all day. Let's get in at Vivian. You know, let's get in at them. This may be our only chance to stop Vivian from getting to 8 and ulting. I think we have bigger problems. We're going to try hitting them. And if they block with like Knight of Autumn and something else, we'll cast down the Knight of Autumn to save Carnage Tyrant. They're going to block like that. Do it like that. Then before damage, we'll cast down the Knight of Autumn. Deal with that. Press in 5 damage. And we'll end it there.
The wilds are my shield.
I bet. So let's see what they're going to cast. They're probably going to cast something impactful. Deafening Clarion plus Deafening Clarion. Nope, they're just going to Deafening Clarion and attack. Which is honestly quite good. They're probably good with another history. There's a Wild Growth Walker. That doesn't quite pull us out, so we will concede the first game. Ooh, back down to the bottom of Platinum. Or Diamond. Or Platinum. We're in Platinum, not Diamond. So let's run it back. Opponent goes first. 2 Druid. So we got no Explore creatures, but interestingly enough, 2 Druid of the Cowl with a Find. This might be enough. We're going to try it. If for no other reason, then Druid of the Cowl is pretty good on the defense, and Vivian Reed's quite a good card in general, so we're going to give it a shot. Looks like we're going to need the defense. Find Finality is going to be pretty valuable here. Mr. Boros Challenger coming in. Okay, so we're going to drop a Swamp, play Druid. Gonna Lava Coil the Druid off. It's a good thing I have another one. Let's see here. We go Land, Druid, Lemur Elves. Now Find Finality is not going to deal with Sunborn Sentry, so we hope they commit to the board a little bit more. Another Lava Coil. So at this point, I think our Ravenous Chupacabra may have to just go and kill their Sunborn Sentry, so I can actually pull off Find Finality a little later. So we are going to play the Chupacabra. We are going to nail the Sentry. And then we will drop this Lumber Elves. Just in case we top deck like a Carnage Tyrant or something. Does this have First Strike? It sure doesn't. We're going to double block. Here the play is pretty obvious. Vivian's going to shoot down the Aurelia. And I think we will get it. I don't think they have any haste creatures on the ground, so. Shalai, the Voice of Plenty. Solid card. That's a solid top deck for us, though. We will tick up Vivian Reed, searching for... We wanted a Carnage Tyrant. We will, however, take... Let's see here. They might be playing green. We're going to hedge for Detection Tower. I don't think they're playing Carnage Tyrant, but just in case they are, I don't want to get punished. And then we'll go ahead and Ravenous Chupacabra, the Shalai off the board. And then we'll get in for one again. And that should wrap this turn up. And History of Benalia. This is something we can deal with. We don't even need to really destroy the enchantment at this point. We're just going to tick her up again. We'll take a Wild Growth Walker. Play a little defensively against these Vigilant Knights. We'll get in with the Ravenous Chupacabra, see if they want to trade. Because I will gladly find 2 Ravenous Chupacabras for later. Good call on their part. We'll play that out. We'll play this out. We'll end the turn. At this point, we may just use our Fine Finality to board clear. We'll see what we get. We could shoot down one of the History Benalias right now, probably the new one, and then board wipe so they just have no creatures. I kind of like doing that, so we will. We will shoot down the one that's going to make one. The one that's going to go off is fine, because we're not going to leave any knights behind. And then, yeah, we'll gladly cast Finality here. Puffing up our Wild Growth Walker so it does not die. We'll play out this forest, and we will pass the turn. What is that? Is this the second time we played against like 4? No, that's just 2 History of Benalia, so it's not 4. Tick up Vivian. Find an Explorer creature, ideally. Do we have a Jade Light? We have a Jade Light. So we'll take Jade Light. We'll get that double Explorer trigger, go up to 16, and probably start to take over the game pretty quickly from there. We'll grave that. And we will just go ahead and get in with the Wild Growth Walker. Do they have a... Well, let's see here. I do value the Vivian, and if they go ahead and exile the Jade Light, they can deal with it. So we're actually just going to play completely defensively until we find like a Carnage Tyrant or something. Let's see here. Heroic Reinforcement, that's quite good. They're going to deal with Vivian at this point, for sure. So Vivian's going to take 2 regardless, so I think that we will block one of the guys coming in at me, and we will block to kill this knight, and we'll do it like that. Okay, there's a Carney T. Very nice. That should help us wrap up the game fairly quickly, actually. Their deck doesn't really have any way to deal with the Carnage Tyrant. Not having access. Like, they probably don't play Detection Tower. And I don't think they're playing any board wipes with their type of deck. Yeah, we're just going to wrap that game up real quick. So we got him. I'm going up. I think that's the first game I've won in ladder with Golgari. And it felt quite good. Let's get in again. I go first. I've got a Lemur Elves into Druid. This is one of those hands where if my Lemur Elves gets burnt, I'm done. We're just done. Unless we top deck like 3 lands in a row. But I think it's it's medium risk, very high reward, so we're going to keep it. So let's see if they don't go Land Fanatical Firebrand or Land Shock. Nope. And we did naturally draw land, which is great. I think we will... We will play out Wild Growth Walker, just so the Jadelight Ranger can start to gain us some serious advantage. And, yeah, we'll just pass the turn. They like to go fast. Ravenous Chupacabra is going to be pretty good. We don't need it right this second. We will just drop a Jadelight Ranger. Double Explorer, make ourselves a 3/5. That'll be pretty good. What is it we're looking for here? These two lands are honestly probably it. But now we need to start to draw like a Vraska Relic Seeker would be quite good. I don't think we need to get in with the Wild Growth Walker, although... No, I think we're interested in actually blocking one of those Pelt Collectors next turn. This board is getting clogged. A Fine Finality would be fine at this point. So we have some options here. We can either go Ravenous Chupacabra to kill off like one of their Pelt Collectors so their board doesn't get too out of control, but I think we'll save that for like, if they're playing Pelt Collector, they're probably like on a mono green list with Steely Champion, maybe Galta, so I think we'll save it for that. Here, I like leading on Jadelight. Carnage Tyrant is quite good. Is it good enough to want to cast it? I think so. Play a land tapped. Did we play land yet? We did. So, Druid of the Cowl. Now, do we want to just start getting a little bit aggressive? I think that we do. I don't think this Jadelight Ranger is ever going to be able to block these Pelt Collectors profitably, so we're going to get in both. So they are very interested in dealing with this this Wild Growth Walker. So we will deal 5 damage total, which is enough to kill 3 of the creatures. So we'll definitely kill off this Jadelight Ranger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Yeah, we'll do it like that. 2, 1, 2, 0. Yes, we will do that. Troll Harpooner does not do anything in the matchup. It's just a bear plus. We will certainly be saving the Chupacabra for whatever large creature they plan to play. So we'll drop that. We'll drop an Overgrown Tomb tapped. If we attack with Jadelight, they can just block it with a Crawl Harpooner. I don't know that I hate that. Keeping their board relatively clear so the Carnage Tyrant can get in freely. I think we're going to get in with both Rangers. Alright, that wraps that game up pretty good. Re-up that shit. I'm liking the way this best of one version of the Golgari deck is running so far. What's going on YouTube? I know there's 2 of you lurking in here. Who are you? Drop something into the chat. Alright, I go first. I've got Wild Growth Walker and all of his best friends are at the party, so we're going to keep it. Maybe we get lucky we're playing against something like Mono Red and they don't have a Lightning Strike. Ooh, how good would that be? No such luck. Still, we will lead on Wild Growth Walker. Still planning to follow it up with Jade Light Ranger. Using Midnight Reaver probably to start to draw cards off of swinging in, because if this is Drake's, it's likely what we'll have to do. If it's Blue-White Red Control, Midnight Reaper is also just insanely valuable in the matchup, so. Search. It could still be either. The Drake decks have been playing Search as of recent. So let's get over Jade Light Ranger and Pound Face for 3. Druid of the Cowl at this point we are not interested in. We'll take the land, I suppose, because we have to. And let's get in for 3. This Wild Growth Walker, if this is Drake's, is very good. This is a Grixis list? Disinformation Campaign. This is either going to be really easy or real difficult. We will get rid of this forest. Discarding lands is fine because we have these Explore creatures. So I think we're going to play out land. And I think we're just going to play Midnight Reaper to hedge against Ritual of Suit. So let's get in with both of our boys. Or boy and girl. Or elf and horror. Tree horror elemental. But that way if they Ritual of Suit, we're just going to draw 3 cards and go to 23. Watch out for Suit. Yeah, we are watching out for Suit. Yeah, we're watching out for it with Midnight Reaper. I play a variation of the Grixis Midrange deck. That's quite good. But Ritual of Suit here, like, it's very good. Like, it's their best play. But me going to 23 and drawing, going up to 7 cards on my next turn is also quite good for me. Now, this deck can be pretty... God damn it. There's Jake Dillon. Am I being... and his ankles is breaking considered you have? Oh, I get it. Nikki Bolas. Well, I'm going to discard this Branch Walker and kill it with a Chupacabra. I think is the play I want to make today. And then we'll just bring him to 2, and that should just about wrap the game up. Alright, the best thing they can do on 5 is honestly nothing. There's like, they have to either board wipe, or is Vraska's Contempt enough to take them out? No. Or 2 removal spells enough? No. Like, I don't think they have a positive ROI out to this. Even Ritual of Suit kills everything but Ravenous Chupacabra, and I killed him with that, while having 6 cards in my hand, which is pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's any way this Grixis deck could get out of this. I don't know that they have a way. That's not going to do it. Like, not even Golden Demise is enough. I'm still going to draw 3 cards and hit him for 3 with this Wild Growth Walker. Yeah, guy, this is Scoop Phase. 100%. He's probably going to make a petty play of casting Disinformation Campaign. There's the Golden Demise, but you're still dead. And I'm going to have 6 cards in my hand. Are you going to scoop before this can touch your face? Nope, you're just dead. Okay, cool. We got him. Get a little prize. Should I open a pack? I think I'll open a pack. Is there anything I need? What do I need? I need Checklands. We'll open a Dominaria pack. Dun 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 dun. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? No wild cards, which is unfortunate. Nothing I'm really going to be using. Whoo-hoo! Togar. Whiff. Let's get back in there. Elras. I don't know who you are. Money. So opponent goes first. We have Druid of the Cowl to get us to 3 mana. We are on the draw, so it shouldn't be too hard to get the 3 mana. Our hand is all around pretty well rounded. This would be better on the play than it is on the draw, but I think we'll be okay. Let's try it. Okay, so Fine Finality is going to be to premium here. Start with a Memorial, as you do. No follow-up play, that's pretty interesting. I think we're just going to play Druid of the Cowl and plan to, if we draw into Fine Finality, we'd like to be able to cast a little bit early. Maybe just have a 3/5 mana dork, that would be pretty good. Plus playing the Druid of the Cowl lets me go swamp next turn and play like Elves Jade Light Ranger and be a bit defensive. By the way, how good is Druid of the Cowl on defense? So good. Let's get in there with our buddy. You know him, you love him. Jade Light Ranger. Find me a Fine Finality, will ya? Fine. Another Jade Light Ranger's not the worst thing, although we are looking to go past Jade Light Ranger. I don't think we want to spend our next turn casting another one if we can avoid it. We'll grave it. Another land didn't ever hurt nobody. We'll go ahead and drop a Lemur Elves here. We're making knights. Another history. We're going wide, boys. They're probably going to get in with 3 of their knights. I think I will block a Dauntless Bodyguard, maybe. Oh, they're going to Conclave. What are they going to get? Jade Light? No, Druid of the Cowl. That's pretty good. It's pretty good at blocking 2/2s and 2/1s. Here, I think we're still on the hunt for a Fine Finality. Let's go ahead and drop Merfolk Branchwalker. Another land isn't exactly what we wanted. Now we have this Assassin's Trophy, and we can actually use it to just destroy their history that's going to make them another token and give them another turn of pump, which isn't the worst thing. I don't think we like destroying the Conclave Tribunal with it. Does putting them on 4 mana do anything detrimental to our game plan? I don't know that it does. So I think we are going to take this time to Assassin's Trophy the History of Benelia that's on first phase. This way they only get 1 turn of pump off of their History of Benelius. No attackers. I think we will be blocking probably a token. I think we'll block a token. I don't think it matters that much. I'll block, if they attack out, I'll block Dauntless Bodyguard with Merfolk Branchwalker and a token with Jade Light Ranger. And we'll take 8. So we'll block like that. See if they got like that pump spell or something. They don't. Another history. We've been playing against a lot of History of Benelius today. Like almost an obscene number. Maybe they overcommit. Maybe we top deck find. That could be really good. I wonder if they're thinking about, yeah, they're going to try to take the Lemur Elves so I can hose them completely. So that's going to happen. We didn't draw the find. We're in a bad spot now. None of that helps us. Here's to top decking it. Yeah, I'm not digging the history class, Jake. So we got 6 coming in. Dauntless Bodyguard doesn't protect them from find. Or finality, I suppose. So, please? That's not it. That's not what we need. Is there anything he can find for us? Nope, this game is wrapped up. So we are currently 2-2. I do need to add a coal to the session I'm having. We're using today's stream to try to get out of tier 4 in Platinum. There we go. Sorry for anyone watching wondering why I'm standing off to the side. I'm adding some coals to this sweet hookah I got going. Jake Dillon, you'd hate what's in this hookah. It's orange keef and it's an unwashed tobacco, so, you know, it's strong. Alright, here we go. Ooh, we've got a Platinum 4 player. I go first with the Wild Growth Walker, find Jadelit Ranger. I don't have mana after Wild Growth Walker, but the payoff for finding 1 land is so insanely high. I think we're going to keep this hand because we also have 6 mana dorks we could find. So we're going to try it, and we could just not draw a 3rd land and die. I'm accepting that. I want to play my Overgrown Tomb. I want to play it. Please. Let me play it. Thank you. Some type of control deck. We drew our land. I think we're going to be A-okay. See, I knew I was going to draw the land. Not even a problem. Search for Skaskanta. Esper control. What are we doing today? So let's make a 3-5. Let's see if we can find some more lands. That's not a land. Or anything we want. That's kind of a land, but not really. Get in for 3. Pass the turn. Let's see what kind of Esper build we're going up against. What's our best card at this point? Probably a copy of Midnight Reaper. So when they go for the board clear, we just draw a bunch of cards, which is good when you're not the blue deck in the matchup. Okay, there's our land. We have some decisions to make here, but they start with just attacking. I could just drop Merfolk Branchwalker, but next turn they could have Ritual of Suit, which would be a problem. If they want to deal with one of my attackers, I can totally just drop Karn, Scion of Urza. So let's go. Sweet. We'll make our land drop. Now at this point, there's an argument to be had for not actually casting my Branchwalker, just in case they have Ritual of Suit, but I almost want to incentivize them to cast it, so I can just follow up with Karn, or to counter the Merfolk Branchwalker. But I suppose we don't need to. I suppose we can just pass. It might be a little bit conservative, but we're going to try passing. So this could be Ritual. It's a Ritual. Now I'm glad we didn't cast the Branchwalker. Well, this is a Vivian read, which I think taking out this search is better. So we'll go ahead and take out the search now. It's not like it's going to flip soon, but we want to keep them off of, like, if they're using their search to make land drops, we want to cut that off. And yeah, I think you're right. I think we had good pressure for that point in the game. I don't think we really needed to apply anymore. So that's a 5th land. They're going to have Vraska's Contempt. That is not great, but resolving this Karn's going to feel pretty great. That's a Carnage Tyrant. Alright, so we're going to do what Karn does best and start ticking them up. So you get to choose. I keep a land. Dope. There's a Branch Walker. Find me a Vraska, Branch Walker. Well, no. Alright, so what's their best play next turn? Teferi? Teferi doesn't have anything good to do. He can, like, tick up, and they can have 3 mana up for a counterspell. But if I just play Carnage Tyrant and tick up Karn, they're not in a great spot. They can play Teferi, take it down, get rid of the Karn, I hit the Teferi. I think what we're going to do is tick up Karn. Just keep trying to press some semblance of card advantage. They're going to give me the land, which is fine. I'm completely fine with making as many land drops throughout the course of the game as we can. We'll start the turn by trying to clock him for 3. Now, if we play Carnage Tyrant and we get bored right by Cleansing Nova, we aren't put that far behind because we can go land drop, find, grab a Carnage Tyrant, play it, and use Karn to tick up again. So I think that's exactly what we will do. Because here they can have like Cleansing Nova and negate or Cleansing Nova. Like this is, so they're telegraphing Settle the Wreckage pretty heavily here. So the first thing we're going to do is get information. We're going to tick up Karn. God, this deck. Are you referring to my deck or the Esper deck? They're going to give us the Memorial of Folly, which is fine. We're going to drop it. And then we are going to get in for 7. We are not going to give them everything for Settle the Wreckage. Chromium, the Mutable, will block, I assume. So now we can't do our trick of Find Finality, grab Carnage Tyrant, play it. But what we can do is go Find Finality, grab Carnage Tyrant and Jade Light, play the Jade Light. So we're going to do that. We'll get Carney T and Junior. Because the Reaper at this point isn't, I don't really need it. I'm not worried about a board wipe right at this moment. And with the Find Finality and the Carnage Tyrant, I guess I wasn't overly worried about that. Also, I kind of like ticking up Karn for some reason. Maybe that was the right play, but I also like just having this raw card advantage. Now, next turn, we will likely wind up doing that. We're just going to keep this on the library twice. They're at 9. It's just a good clock. Moment of Craving. Now they're at 11. Oh boy. The Eldest Reborn. Uh-oh. So we will sacrifice this here Jade Light Ranger. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will, at this point, have our copy of Midnight Reaper. And then we will play Midnight Reaper and Carnage Tyrant. Yeah. Yeah, a big reason that I didn't want to get the Midnight Reaper is I feel like the board wipe was going to be Settle the Wreckage, which is why I only attacked with the Karn. And the Midnight Reaper doesn't put me ahead at that point. This is pretty good. For them and me, I'll take the extra card. We are going to Assassin's Trophy the shit out of that if they let us. First things first, let's get in with Carnage Tyrant to see if they want to settle. Now I think we will. What can they get back with the Eldest Reborn? Chromium? Are we concerned with them getting a Chromium back? Would they just get a Ravenous Chupacabra back? No, doesn't hit Carnage Tyrant. And then what do we have to get back with our buddy Karn? Find. We could find Midnight Reaper and Jade Light Ranger. Let's try that first. I think I would rather them counter Find than Assassin's Trophy. So let's try Find first. Getting back Junior and Midnight Reaper. Okay, they sabotage that, which means we are A-okay unless they have a negate to hit the Elders Reborn. We're going to let them surveil first to see if they like what's on top of their library. And then we will Assassin's Trophy the Elders Reborn. The question here is, do we overcommit to the board and drop Jade Light Ranger? Karn can grab Merfolk Branchwalker, which might not be good enough. They've got one card in hand. I think it's fine to try to... Do we hedge against Settle the Wreckage? Or do we hold up Memorial to Folly to buy back, like, Midnight Reaper? Or do we just... Yeah, I think we're going to hold back to buy back Midnight Reaper. That's exactly what we'll do. That'll wrap that up. Cool. Going up in Platinum. Take that cash money. Alright, I go first. I've got no ramp, but I've got a Wildworth Walker with no Explorer creatures. I do have Assassin's Trophy and Vivian. We're going to try it. It's a somewhat weak hand, but I don't think it's weak enough to go to 6 and best of 1, so we're going to try it. Selesnya Go Wide is what I put them on at this point. We're still going to lead on Wild Growth Walker, just in case we draw like a copy of Jade Light Ranger. Speaking of the devil, as much as I want to keep this, I think we need to make more land drops. That could help us make more land drops, but it not being a land itself puts me off a little bit, especially if they're on like Bant. We're going to find out when we attack with this Wild Growth Walker if they're on Bant, because they play Seal Aways in Bant. Alright, so that was not a Steal Away, so now we're just looking whether they play a blue land or not. So far, no. Is this going to be History of Benalia? It is. Branchwalker. Go! Find me a land. You're not a land. Okay. We're going to get in with Team. And we'll drop 11 more elves. So we can just cast Chupacabra next turn. I don't think this first History of Benalia is enough for us to Assassin's Trophy, so we'll hold on to it for something a little bit more impactful like a Conclave Tribunal or an Ajani. Ajani is a fine target for that. Although he's just going to pump a couple creatures, so I don't know. What's up, Karn? I think you're outdated. I think you're a little early to the party, even. We're going to play Ravenous Chupacabra, deal with one of these, get in with Team, bring them down to 1. Or, sorry, 2. And let's see if they can find a way to go wide enough to not just die to damage. I don't think there is a way for them to go wide enough. Yeah, Tristani, I don't even think is good enough. She's going to get Assassin's Trophied. These do have lifelink, so I think it does buy them a turn. Maybe. Yeah, with the +1, it does buy him a turn, I think. We could just play Vivian. I don't think it does anything for us. I think, honestly, we just Assassin's Trophy the Tristani and get in with the team. Let's see. If they make their best blocks, which would be Wildgrowth Walker and Merfolk Branch Walker, they gain 4, take 3. They go to 3. Their board's cleared again. Yeah, I like that. Let's get rid of Tristani. Now, I suppose if they really wanted to, they could like block the Lemur Elves and take 2, gain... No, if they block Lemur Elves, they take 5, gain 3, gain 4, so they go to 1. But I don't know that I want to lose the Lemur Elves, but if they block the Lemur Elves, let's see, their next best block is Lemur Elves and Wildgrowth Walker. So they would eliminate 5 damage, and they would gain 4. That would put them up at 6, then they would take 5 and go down to 1. Another Tristani would piss in our Cheerios. What else? Yeah, I think we're going to get in. That's hard. I think we are going to hedge against protecting our Lemur Elves. We'll get him at 3. Gain 4, take 4. That's interesting. I didn't even think about that block for some reason. Although, still have this Wildgrowth Walker. Another Tristani is pretty good, though. March of the Multitudes isn't bad. What can they march for here? 4? March for 4, tick up a Johnny. What do you got, dude? They're in the tank. If they got a march, I think it's a pretty clear play to just do it that way. That way, the only way they actually come close to death is if I have a find finality. You finna find a find? That's the goal. But I need land drop and find. There it is. March of the Multitudes for 4, tick up. Put 6 power on board. So now we're going to a bit more of a game, an actual game. Do I value Karn or Vivian more in this spot? I think it's Vivian. She can deal with a Shalai if they drop it. Yeah, we're going to go Vivian. Don't find a find, Vivian. Don't do it. I said don't. You never listen. We'll take Midnight Reaper. And we will avoid attacks and pass. And we're going to go and do a long game. Now, the long game, I don't know who's favored. One well-placed find from us should wrap it up. And it looks like we're going to have time being at 29 life. But they did just cut us off of being able to wipe him out quick. What is Ajani's emblem? At the beginning of your end step, create 3 1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. Can we get around that? I think we can. We really need to find finality. So there's the emblem. I think that's the first time I've seen a Johnny emblem. I should have paid more attention to a Johnny there. History. So it's really just find or bust at this point. Now, are they going to come in at Vivian to try to stop her from killing the history? Venerated Luxodon. We are still well within find range. I'm going to block the shit out of one of those.
Scars are lessons written in skin.
Making a bunch of 1/1s. So that's not find. What can we do with Vivian? Yeah, they will keep getting wider and taller. Again, Find Finality is just the best card for us at this point. I don't think I destroy this History of Benalia. But then again, I don't want to dig and pass up another find, you know? Let's tick up.
The wilds are my shield.
So we did not find a find, which is great. We'll take Branchwalker. Might Branchwalker find us a find? No, and I think we will ultimately Grave Jade Light. There's something to be said about using the Jade Light to just gain a ton of life, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and reveal the top two. I get a Vraska's Contempt? I mean, that might mean something at some point. Alright. Here's to finding a find. Now, have I used a find? I don't believe I have. So we know we've got one at the bottom, so there's two we're looking for. And we gotta be careful with our Vivian, because she can start to bury finds. Where are we going to Tribunal here? Wildgrowth Walker? Yeah. Try to take out both my walkers, put me on having a top deck find. I like that play. So I think we're going to let walkers die, because they're going to die regardless. Unless, no, they should die regardless if they attack correctly. So if that's all going at Vivian, Carney T, if I block Venerated, or Karn, if I block Venerated Luxodon, will live, and then I'll get to tick him up again. Is that good enough? Probably not. I think I will just block a 1/1, just to get it off of the board, to hedge for math later, and I'll let all my walkers die. Whoop whoop. That's not a find. We'll play Midnight Reaper, I think. Hold up for Vraska's Contempt. We're going to start making some blocks to try to draw a lot of cards and find. Resolves. Okay, so we just got the board we're dealing with. We've got 2 Vraska's Contempt, so we're functionally at 36 life. So we will block to kill, because we can. We will block here. That'll kill that. We will block here. And we will block here, actually. Because I'm not necessarily interested in killing a 1/1 because of how many they're going to make. And now we will Vraska's Contempt, Venerated Luxodon. Find Finality. Now, we're also behind now because they're going to be making 3 cats. So I need, like, Find Finality plus Carnage Tyrant at this point. What do we have in here? None of those look like a Carnage Tyrant to me. But yeah, we do need to just cast Finality here. Legion's Landing. Whoa. Yeah, we may have lost all of our advantage, so even the Find might not bring us back in. We're going to fight through a little bit, though. Lawnmower Elves. Okay, we need to dig. Do you want to buy back Jade Light Ranger or Midnight Reaper? Probably Jade Light. Show me the money. Library. We'll keep a Carnage Tyrant. They forgot to make a token at the end of their turn. A Johnny is very bad for us. Now, do we drop Carnage Tyrant or we just get rid of this Ajani? Because it's going to start making things almost impossible to deal with, and I think we need to stop them from making things impossible to deal with. So we are going to get rid of Ajani. We're fighting a pretty losing battle. The only way we get around this is if we draw like our other Carnage Tyrants and another Find. That's our out. And since we aren't completely out of our out, we're going to go for it. Yeah, they're going super wide. I don't know that there's actually any way out of this hold for another Find. We have one at the bottom of our deck, but we've been cycling through pretty quickly. We only have 28 cards left. So there's a decent chance we'll draw it over the course of the next couple turns. Venerated Lexodon's good. Just keep dropping our creatures. Now, they're going to start attacking in for a lot of damage here, I would imagine. History. So now it's like emergency mode. 4, 8, 9, 10, 16, 23. We will block like this. One here. And then these 2/2s are a priority. So let's get rid of a 2/2. We'll get rid of a 1/1. We may be more worried about conserving life total, but we'll just try it like that. I should have blocked another 1/1, I just missed that. Find, let's go. Peel it off the top, baby. You're not a find. Yeah, we can't come back from this. We will concede. It's quite hard to beat a Johnny emblem, as it turns out. Kakanda. Yep, that is correct. Forever. Alright, let's do it again. Yeah, we came pretty close to winning that game, but that deck does have some very serious life gain. Uh-oh. I don't want to see a Johnny's dumb face again. Opponent goes first. I have no way to cast anything on my hand. We mulligan. Vivian did cuck me. It was rude. Our opponent's deciding whether or not they want to keep 3 of Johnny's in their hand. That's a little bit better. We'll try that. Vivian is actually probably a keep here. Maybe. She is very good, but I think we're looking for an Explorer creature, so we will actually ship her. We'll go Elf into Midnight Reaper into Ravenous Chupacabra, worst case scenario, which is not a bad curve. At all. Alright, dude. Okay, we're either against the same deck, which is bad, or we're going up against, like, Bant Nexus. Now my opponent is thinking very carefully about whether they want to play a land or not. Something different. Jade Light Ranger. Right on time. Yes. If they're in Naya colors, I think that we will get some use out of this Vraska's Contempt. So we're going to leave it on the library. And we'll use Ravenous Chupacabra and Vraska's Contempt to try to punch through them for a little bit. Okay, now we have no clue what they're playing. It's weird. We don't know what's happening. We're just going to start getting in. Midnight Reaper. Could be the land destruction deck that's flashing green all of a sudden. But I don't really know. It could be like a weird dinos list, in which case I'm glad I have Ravenous Chupacabra and Vraska's Contempt. Because they could just go like, they're playing some kind of ramp deck. Am I gonna get Star of Extinction? Feels extinct in here. Get in with everything, play land past turn. I don't think we're super worried about our life total. We will pay 2 just in case they play something like Zakama. I don't know. Because they can just star us right now. Which is pretty gross. Okay. Just a Gift of Paradise, that's fine. They probably have a Settle the Wreckage in their hand. Definite Clarion, that's fine. We were going to get board wiped anyway, we'd rather be Definite Clarion than Settle the Wreckage. Okay. Land drop. I don't think we need to use Fine Finality quite yet, although it does put more pressure on the board if I do it that way. We'll play Wild Growth Walker and Midnight Reaper for now. And then we'll plan to buy back Jadelight Ranger and Midnight Reaper next turn as well. And then play the Jadelight Ranger. And try to get in for 3, 4, 5, 6. And then get in for up to 10. So it could be a 2-turn clock after this turn's over, if they don't have anything. They've only got 2 cards in hand, so we'll see. Because of their board state, it feels like it's so much later in the game than it is, but like I'm only on turn 6, I think. A Star of Extinction would obviously be quite bad. Okay, we got a land. Commence the plan. Jadelight Midnight. Play Jadelight. Graveyard. They've got to be playing a star. How good is Carnage Tyrant actually? Probably good enough for her to keep him. So let us attack them in for 6. And if they have a settle, they've got a settle, man. There's nothing we can do about that. Okay, 1-turn clock. Here we go. What's in their hand? They're going to go 4 cards next turn. Could easily just peel a Star of Extinction. And I assume it's correct to put them on Star of Extinction. Settle the wreckage. What does that mean? Does that mean we don't attack with everything? Or that we definitely do? To make them cast it. I think we just have to make them cast it. I think we'll hold back Midnight Reaper. Just because bringing them down to 2's quite good. And that way, if they decide, okay, we need to cast it anyway, I still have a Midnight Reaper that I can follow with a Carney T. So we'll try it like that. Our opponent's thinking real hard about what they want to do. I hope I'm not playing too conservatively here. Like, I hope I couldn't have just gone for the kill there. March of the fucking Multitudes. Good God. Alright, that's going to resolve. I'm going to find them, I think. Unless they just block with everything. Okay, so that's going to happen that way. 1, 2, 3. Kill 3 of them. Alright, we get a land drop. This one's pretty hard. I don't think I can just let them have 5 lifelinkers, so I think we are inclined to just want to cast Find. Or Finality, rather. We're going to take the action. We're going to put them on the Jadelight Ranger. Have a big-ass Jadelight Ranger, and let the Midnight Reaper go to the graveyard so I can draw a card. Okay. Fucking A. Raptor Hatchling. What is this deck? I don't get it. I don't like it. I'm gonna Chupacabra the Hatchling. And here's to hoping they don't have another march, huh? Alright, at this point, we're going to play out another Midnight Reaper. We'll just keep hedging against any type of board wipe they might have. They're going to go to 3 cards in hand next turn. Am I wrong to put them on Star? Am I being silly? I just assume when you're in red and you're playing Gift of Paradise and Criteria's route, you're on Star. So Jadelight Ranger and Midnight Reaper, Jadelight Ranger and Ravenous Chupacabra are enough to kill them. So we're just going to attack with those to continue to hedge against all the wreckage. If they've got single target removal, they're going to get Jadelight Ranger with it anyway. So they're not dead in either scenario. March for 9. Okay. God, I hate this. Do I want to do something before damage? Do I want to, like... No, I don't really want to Vraska's Contempt my own Chupacabra, because they're going to gain a life on the swing back, which I know they're going to try to pull off. They do march for their friend's guy. Bring them down to 6 tokens. Yeah, that's just what we got to do. Well, a board wipe isn't exactly advantageous for them right now. So, I think it's just about that time. Be like, yo, Carney T in the house. And I'm even going to jam this elf just to do it. Oh, 1/1s with lifelink are the bane of this fucking deck. Another Gift of Paradise. They've gained an obscene amount of life this game. Treasure map. Alright, all of a sudden I want to draw Vivian. Okay, there's a land. So they have 6 toughness. They could try to kill my Carnage Tyrant. Let's get in. Just try to clear out as many of these tokens as we can. Maybe they like gang up on Carnage Tyrant just to get it off the board, but I do have a Memorial to Folly. That's super common knowledge, so that might not be good. They may just like put 2 on Midnight Reaper, put like 1 on Jadelight Ranger, and take the 7 from Carnage Tyrant. That's exactly what they're going to do. Do I want to keep this Midnight Reaper? Do I want to like Vraska's Contempt off one of the tokens? That's a pretty interesting question we have to ask. If I Vraska's Contempt off one of the tokens, I could hit my Midnight Reaper. But I don't know that my Midnight Reaper is doing as much as I want it to, because I think we're past the point of getting big board wiped. I could be wrong. We're just going to let it hit him. Yes. So Midnight Reaper is going to trigger itself at least. Here's a Jadelight. Let's get Floody. Jadelight. More land. Oh joy. I think that's all we're going to commit to the board. Another march would just be so fucking annoying. But hey, when you got it, you got it. They're going to arch, so they're going to go up to 3 cards next turn, getting a scry in. Potentially 2. They scry to the top, which scares the shit out of me. Maybe they just like to star at this point. Or maybe they just kept like a march. Okay. Let's keep grinding in. Get 'em, boys. Please don't cast another march. I don't know if my heart can take it. We've only seen 2. So they're not casting another march. So they're just going to take 7. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage on board. I don't think I need to commit anymore. I believe I have made land drop. I have. We're just going to pass the turn and see what they do. They're going to draw a card and scry for sure. This guy have 2 arches. He sure fucking does have 2 archivores because he's getting card advantage today. So this is a bit rough. Now if they find a Star of Extinction, maybe they like try to hit a Memorial to Folly. That'd be fucking hilarious if they thought that would work that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mana to my 8. Yeah. Feels bad. Criterius for again. I wonder what it is that are they just like planning to kill me with March? In which case, do they have like a contingency plan for deck that play Find Finality? Is a pretty good question. $16 mana. Dawn of Hope. No. That hurts pretty good. That's a pretty good way to start to wrap this matchup up. Although I won't be letting them block with Dawn of Hope tokens, I don't think. I think I will literally be using Vraska's Contempt on Dawn of Hope tokens. Let's make the Wild Growth Walker bigger. Because I'm going to need things to hit, period. Graveyard. How many tokens can he make? It costs 4 to make a token. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He can make 2 tokens. Did I just invest too much mana into that? No. I have enough to Vraska's Contempt twice. So let's give it a shot. Of course, now I'll have some other wreckage. Oh, he does. Well, that just fucking happens. Yeah, we'll do it. We're just going to get an even spread of mana there. And then, this is exhausting. This is mentally frustrating. Another Carnage Tyrant. Okay. Don't scry to the top, please. Man. So they can draw 3 cards a turn right now with their mana base. The way that it is. I love these janky decks that are like using Dawn of Hope to win the game. They're funny. But they do function. Like, they function pretty well. Especially in best of one where you can't like hose them game 2. They can make 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens. We just gotta get in, period. That's just the way it is. Okay, we got 1 coming up. Another 1 coming up. They can make 1 more. Yeah, we're gonna take out 2 of them, I think. I've made too much mana by accident. But I think I'm going to use both of these anyway. Do I want to get the other one? No, we'll let it go to blockers. Because that mana is going to float through the entire combat phase, I believe. It does not. It drains through all the phases. We're gonna... This is so frustrating. I'm on tilt almost. We're gonna get rid of the other one just to preserve our Jade Light Ranger. So let's get in there for some amount of damage. Would you like to draw a card? Okay. Merfolk Branchwalker. Oy vey. You thought blue-based control decks were frustrating. These are way worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 mana. Down to 18. What's 18 by 4? Basically, they can activate that 4 times. Oh no! It happened. This deck kind of makes a fellow wonder. Yeah, we are done here. I am done playing against this deck. Oof. Those are really weird decks that you see in Best of One. Like, I don't know how that deck is supposed to function against like a properly built blue or red control deck, because they're never going to resolve like a March of the Multitudes or anything, and the controller is just going to keep them off of interacting with the Fury until the Fury goes off. Kind of makes a fellow wonder. I will keep this hand. It's a little bit slow, but fuck it. Turn 2 Jade Light Ranger's fine. I mean, the hand's not slow, but the mana is... We don't want to draw too much of it, I should say. Get in there with a Limmer Elves, try to follow up with a Jade Light Ranger. Drakes are control. Kind of hard to tell which it is. Let's see if they got a Syncopator or an Essence Scatter. We prefer Essence Scatter so we can buy this back later to Syncopate though. Ooh, another Fine Finality. I'm going to get in there with this Limmer Elves. Am I? Yeah, we are. Is it proper? Maybe not. I don't think they're going to seal it away, though. We'll play Memorial to Folly. We'll end the turn. They're going to opt. They're probably playing like the big Niv version of the deck, if I had to guess. Crackling Drake. They're playing Pirate's Pillage. Oh boy. Here comes Nivy Miz. It's gonna end with a Vivian Reed. The question is, do I like reasonably want to take out? No, because I can take out Niv Mizzet if they play it, so I'm gonna let them have their treasures.
Would you like to see what's left?
Yeah, guy. There's a lot of weird decks at this point in the ladder. I bet Carnage Tyrant's just really good against them, so we're gonna take it and have two. Now here they could go Niv Mizzet. I'm gonna knock it out of the air. They might dive it down. Ixalan's Binding. That's reasonably good. Our Vraska's the only thing that pulls us out of that. Luckily, we only played 2 copies of it. Let's go Carnage Tyrant, follow it with a Carnage Tyrant, start attacking with Carnage Tyrant. Settle the wreckage we have to worry about. We're just getting in there though. If they're holding a Settle the Wreckage, there's a chance that they can go, we might follow up with if they cast Settle the Wreckage, or we're going to draw like a Vraska or a Karn or something. Can they handle that? Settle the Wreckage happens. We will take the basic land. It's going to be a swamp. And then follow it up with another Carnage Tyrant. Now, are we going to see a Niv Mizzet? I'm waiting for a Niv Mizzet at any moment. Niv Mizzet is probably at its worst against a Golgari deck because of like cards like Ravenous Chupacabra. Here, we will just get it again. We can't just not attack because of Settle the Wreckage. Hopefully it's Destroy effects they're using coming up that it was not a setup that's very good for us. And then we'll destroy the Limmerelves. We've exiled all of our creatures, so Find Finality is not at a premium here. We're going to end it. Normally we drop a Ravenous Chupacabra in a control matchup just to play a 4-drop bear. But they probably play Niv Mizzet, which is something I'm worried about. So I wonder what this guy's doing. Is he gonna like expansion? Yeah, he's gonna expansion for 5. Probably try to find like a War Clear. Oh, Memorial to Folly, bring back the Carnage Tyrant, just keep trying to apply pressure, I think. Is the best thing I can do. Niv Mizzet, there he is. He's here, he's hanging out. He's not being gentle. Ravenous Chupacabra. We're gonna try to just get it out of the way. Do you have Dive Down, sir? Oh, you don't. It's dead. Get in for 9. Overgrown Tomb, pay 2 life just in case I need to use Memorial to Folly. So we're going to have Settle the Wreckage, although I think we would have used that last turn as opposed to Niv Mizzet. I guess Deafening Clarion. No, not Deafening Clarion. Cleansing Nova is probably the best thing he has. Treasure Map isn't going to do it. Okay. Do you have a way to get out of Carnage Tower hitting you in the face? Is the question we have to ask ourselves here. The Scorpions are tight. Yeah, okay, that adds up. Yeah, he ran out of gas. His control dive looked like it was going to do cute stuff, but it did not. Ooh-ee. I've been playing this Golgari deck quite a bit. I think I'm going to wrap up the stream pretty soon here, but first, maybe I'll play a different deck. Maybe I'll play Mono Blue for a little bit, because this deck is awesome. Let's try it. Opponents first, but I got a Storm Tamer, 2 Tricksters. This is a pretty medium hand. No Curious Obsession, no Dive Down. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with the 1-2 punch and a Charter Force to fill back up. There's a lot we get hosed to, but there's also a lot of decks that can just keep anything but a perfect hand and get out-tempoed, so we'll see. The nice thing about Mono Blue is the games wrap up much quicker. There's a piece of protection. Now all we're missing is a single copy of Curious Obsession. We are in... Come on, Daniel Garcia. What are you gonna do? Are you on Mono Green or Golgari? Or are you on some wild janky deck that you only see in Best of 1 Arena? Okay, it looks like you're gonna be on Golgari. We're gonna be using these Tricksters to stop the Wild Growth Walker from gaining him life, I think. Is probably our best bet. And we need to find a Curious Obsession so we can start just burying them in advantage. So they're just going to get in with Wild Growth Walker. Okay. That tells me they have no Explore Creature. We are good with an Elves. We will tap your Elf and try to get in for some damage. A lot of dive downs, but not a lot of Curious Obsession. I don't think we're going to hold up the Trickster just to tap down the Wild Growth Walker. I think we need to try to draw into some stuff. And now if we can find Curious Obsession, we'll be in a pretty decent spot. 3 dive downs is kind of awkward with nothing to protect. Lights on, no one's home. Now did they top deck an Explore Creature? No, just a Vivian. Vivian's going to tick up probably, unless it wants to kill this Storm Tamer. Yeah, there goes Vivian Reed going upward. Okay, so this Trickster's probably going to hold down their Wild Growth Walker when they try to cast the Branch Walker. That said, face for 2, probably, then play a Workhit Marauder. Yeah, I like that. Play a Workhit. And end it. And then when they go to play their Merfolk Branch Walker, we'll likely... I don't know. Maybe we just let the Wild Growth Walker grow. I don't know. This is hard. They could use Vivian Reed to shoot down the Workhit Marauder. And that would make us look silly for how many dive downs we actually have. We'll let it happen. I don't know if that's the correct play. This hand ended up being very slow, not quite good enough. Now, if they take up Vivian to draw that Jade Light, we will tap down the Wild Growth Walker to stop them from just being at 23. Okay, so there's that. You cannot stop nature. And now we will Trickster down the Wild Growth Walker to not let them just gain 6 life. Are they going to keep that on top? Not knowing that all 3 of the cards in my hand are dive downs. All I need is one Curious Obsession. This hand becomes very good. They're going to leave the Seeker Square? They sure are. Obsession? That's not an obsession. We'll drop that. This Vivian's not gonna emblem anytime soon. Oof. This game feels like we're probably gonna lose it. You guys can back the fuck down. You know what? Maybe I should have attacked with everything and then like shrunk the Jade Light Ranger. And then when they blocked with the Merfolk Branchwalker, dove down and just did a little bit of a board clear there. It's almost time for me to stop streaming because I'm getting a little hungry and a little tilty. Top 4 card. Is it a Jade Light Ranger? That'd be pretty good. Alright, just a Crawl Harpooner. It's not going to kill anything in the air. What's nice is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have 5 damage in the air, which does mean something. Some of it's going to have to go towards Vivian Reed so she can't ult. No. Yep, going up to 16. Another card that would just be like an immaculate top deck would just be a copy of Sleep, which I do have in the best of 1 version of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would be a 2-turn clock. I would be able to clear them out pretty freaking quickly. We got a little Jade Light Ranger action coming in. No, we'll just take 4. Another island of get in there, her. This thing has reach. You can stay out of the air. Alright. The only reason we're holding out of this game is because a copy of Sleep does just turn the tables very quickly. But even Curious Obsession may be a little slow at this point. We knowingly kept a bit of a slow hand.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By 2 is 18. So Sleep still does let us clean up even with this Wild Growth Walker trigger, so we're gonna keep trying to find it. That is fine. No. What else? I think we're going to do a dive down block here. Because it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, going down to 5. Yeah, we will do that. We'll block the Crawl Harpooner. Get that going. Sleep off the top, baby. It's not sleep. Do we have any more turns to do it? I'm at 8. Let's see if we can find a way out of this game. I don't think there is one, but we'll try to find a way out of this game. Get in here with the Storm Tamer. Get in here with a Herald. We need to be able to deal... He has another Explorer creature, we're pretty much done. But to deal 8, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to keep 4 of our creatures. 5 of our creatures, even. How can I block to make things make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to block Wild Growth Walker and Jade Light Ranger. Okay. We're going to need to deal some damage to them for this to work, so... But if we can block here and here, we'll be alright. So let's get in there. Save this for hedging. Try it like that. That, I guess.
You'll have to do better than that.
And we'll play our land drop. Land. Because now they're at 13, so I only need to be able to deal 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's a Ravenous Chupacabra. Can I still do it? I have to draw the sleep this turn, so it has to be this one. What do we want to kill? Like I was saying, we can afford to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but not 8. So we have to block Jade Light Ranger and Wild Growth Walker with our smallest creatures. So it's going to be Merfolk, Trickster, and Siren Storm Tamer, leaving us with 5 damage behind. So even then, I don't know that there's actually a way for us to kill our opponent. But we're going to give it a college try. I suppose the one way we could do it is to find Curious Obsession off the top, put it on a... Uh-oh. There's the sleep. Okay. We found sleep. The question is, does it matter? And I think the only way that it matters is... Okay, so I can deal 5 here. So it'll bring them down to 8. Then I'll be 3 short. So they won't be able to attack back. I just don't think we can do it, but we're going to go through the motions. I don't know. You.
Stop nature.
Okay, that's a Branch Walker. Yeah, this game is completely wrapped up. Not that there was a way to kill him before, but now it's just super wrapped. So we will concede. So I think we have like a 55% win ratio for today, which is pretty bad. But we'll keep grinding with the black-green deck and seeing if we can make any more sense out of how to build the list. That said, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.